Human chimeras living among us, it's only science fiction for right now. Yesterday, the Senate passed the Endless Frontier Act, a bill that commits nearly $250 billion to promote emerging technologies so that America can keep pace with Chinese innovation. Back in May, Democrats shot down an important amendment outlawing U.S. participation in research that would create human-animal hybrids, also known as chimeras. China's already doing it, announcing in April that an international team successfully grew human monkey embryos and sustained them for 20 days in a lab. The only question is, what will they do next? Currently, the National Institutes of Health has banned U.S. funding for chimeric research, but that ban could very well be lifted. And who's to say that these agencies will play by the rules anyway? Remember, President Obama banned funding for gain-of-function research back in 2014, but New York AD found a way around it. They laundered, it's the NIAID group, and they laundered hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Wuhan Institute of Virology through a nonprofit group called the Eco Health Alliance. The rest is history. Chimeric research is a Pandora's box, that's obviously from hell, that should not be opened. But the scientific community, spurred on by their own hubris, may very well open it using American taxpayer dollars. And if that happens, the Democrats will have blood on their hands for not joining the GOP and stopping it when they had a chance. Joining me now for reaction, I don't even believe, Lara Logan, here we are. It's the 21st century. We're two very smart women. We have to talk about chimeras and how maybe the government might do it. You've been very involved in your research and stories and coverage on certainly COVID, what's been happening there. Give me your take on the seriousness of this. China's doing it and what we have to be aware of.
You know, Tammy, one of the things that strikes me the most about this story is there's an old adage, you know, be careful of what you don't know. And that has never been more true than with this subject. What exactly do we not know here about how far, what is the level of involvement the U.S. has had in any kind of research like this? And what else has the NIH and other divisions of the NIH been involved in? Because when it comes to Dr. Fauci and what we know about COVID, we're just beginning to find out, right? We're at the tip of the iceberg in terms of uncovering what was really going on with gain-of-function research. And the whole sort of smokescreen of the Wuhan lab really obscures the fact that Dr. Fauci and the NIH through NIAID had been funding gain-of-function research for years. And there's a lot of money that's missing here. And there's another U.S. agency that's missing from this equation. It's called DARPA, you know, which is the Defense Research Agency. So what were DARPA and Dr. Fauci and the NIH doing with gain-of-function and various other programs like this one, which we know so little about? And this is really the moment now for a reckoning. This is time for the American people to start paying attention to these bills that pass through Congress, that get banned, that get unbanned, that get circumvented, and for us to start asking for real accountability. Because what we've seen is that the coronavirus, you know, that spread all over the world and caused such panic and still causes such hysteria in so many quarters. Well, you just speak to someone like an oncologist who deals with bone marrow cancer. They'll tell you that they've been identifying hundreds of coronaviruses for years and years. And so this is one of many subjects that we know very, very little about. And every day that goes by, we get the stench of manipulation and dishonesty.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the latest episode of John Talks Entertainment. Today, we are talking about something that Nickelodeon wants to push on your kids. And I must warn you, I'm giving you a cringe warning, okay? There's a cringe warning in advance. I'm letting you know, get out
It's
now.
Pride, everybody! Every color on the Pride flag is a symbol in the sky. Pride! And I'm proud to be me every time that I see that Pride flag waving high. Red means life because living is a gift. Orange means healing, and we have to persist in working to heal the world and healing ourselves. Yellow means sunlight, cause you gotta shine bright. Green means nature, and we gotta fight to keep our earth a thriving home for life. Doesn't it just fill you with pride, showing who you are on the inside? Wave that pride flag up high, be true to you. harmony, working together. Purple means spirit, believing you have the power and strength within yourself to do whatever you dream. Baby blue, pink and white represent transgender people, because every letter in LGBTQ plus is equal. And black and brown represent the queer and trans people of color. Doesn't it just fill you with pride, showing who you are on the inside? Wave that pride flag.
We would have made fun of this crap. Like, if we actually saw this, could you imagine if Nickelodeon tried to push one religion on the mass of kids? But really, is this any different? Because when it boils down to it, this is a belief. This is a belief system. You know, science says you either got, two X chromosomes or an X and a Y, and that determines your gender. But it's funny how science is pushed out of certain places, and then it's, paraded around science, right? When it comes to
How did the Statue of Liberty get there? Oh, wait. That's not the Statue of Liberty. This statue is more like her little sister. Standing just over 9 feet tall, Little Lady Liberty is 16 times smaller than the Statue of Liberty that has welcomed immigrants to the United States since she was gifted from France in 1885. While they may not be twins, the two statues truly are sisters. The smaller statue is one of 11 that were created using an original cast used to make the New York version of the Statue of Liberty. And just like the older Lady Liberty, this little sister is also headed to America.
As we reopen after COVID, it's great that Lady Liberties can be one of the first voyagers, travelers back to the United States.
A band played and speeches were given to send the 9-foot statue to her new home. She is being packed up and shipped across the Atlantic, following the path of the Statue of Liberty that stands near Ellis Island, in order to be on U.S. soil in time for the 4th of July.
This is a really important ceremony to remind us of the strong links with France.
After meeting her big sis, Little Lady Liberty will settle in Washington, D.C. at the French Embassy for the next 10 years.